What's up, comic fans? We missed you so much. Please don't ever leave us like that again.
We did.
Please.
Hey.
Don't ever make us go a week without streams again.
Well, welcome, my CryptoComics compatriots. We are back with another edition of the CryptoComics Couch.
We break down.
Oh my God. He's still going. Okay. Where we break down the comic landscape and let you into our world. Yeah.
Share it out. We missed you.
All I'm going to say is this guy just got back from the dentist. So,
hey.
Yeah.
Time to party. Rose Kirby coming in from YouTube saying, hello, CryptoComics. Hello, Rose Kirby. I missed you last week. We missed you. Let's be real. Matt cried a little.
I did.
6 times.
It was
6 separate times. It was disgusting. I'm glad you're back. Just wondering what's going on the next week and over the Christmas holidays. And will you be on YouTube? We will be everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And we've got a lot of cool announcements for what's coming up. Not just this week, but the week after that, the week after that, the week after that, the week after that, and the week after that.
And the week after that.
And the week after that.
Yeah.
Yes. Chocolate Spoon on Twitch says, yo. What's up, Chocolate? Can you do the Chocolate Rain song? Matt, do the Chocolate Rain song. Remember that?
No. Yeah, I remember that.
Do it.
No.
Come on. Oh, man. All right. Artificial AI says, I'm on ACC on time for stream. I guess so.
Nice.
Very good. Chuck says, hey, guys, what's up, man? GF Andrew D, 1981, a.k.a. winner of dang near everything, a.k.a. Crutchy the Great. What's up, guys? Hope you're having a great night so far. We are. Artificial on YouTube says, hey, Matt, don't cry. You got to deal with us now. We're happy to.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Dude, it feels good to be back. It really does.
It does. Amy says, Chocolate Rain, wow, that's a throwback. Right? And Matt needs to do it.
No.
Come on, everybody in chat. If you want to hear Matt,
there's got to be like copyright.
Not if you sing it.
No.
Do it.
No.
Come on.
Because I'll sing it so close to the original that they'll be like, no, that was us singing.
Maybe. I want to see you do it.
No.
Come on, chat. You got to help me out. Chocolate Spoon says, my name's not Chuck. This is Tom. LOL. Well, hello, Tom. LOL.
What's up?
Yeah, of course, we know who you are. We're working on your stuff. We're talking about announcements. Bear with us. Give us a minute.
I was actually just reading his book. Man, I love that. Love it.
Amy Fraser says, with the breaths away from Mike and all. He does need to. How did that work? Didn't the kid like leans into the mic like this and then leans clear back to breathe and it comes back in? I think that's how it works. Chocolate Spoon says, why'd you call me Chuck? I didn't. I said chocolate. I think. I don't know. It's been a long day. I might have called you Chuck. If I did, I apologize about the inconvenience that it might have caused you.
Okay, there was a lot of nitrous oxide involved. That's all I'm saying.
There might have been a little bit. Facebook user, and keep in mind, if you're watching this from one of the random Facebook groups, different creator groups, stuff like that, you have to give StreamYard's permission to use your picture and username. That's why we can't see you. But it says Facebook user, hello, and yeah, it's a good night. That's good to hear. Chuck comes back, say, LOL. JD Smith, DigiArtist, what's up? Says the mic might stink. Maybe. I think that was like a long time meme, wasn't it? Leslie says, I kind of want to see this. And then Chocolate says, oh, my back. Bad. Now, do you think Chocolate meant to say, oh, my bad? Or are we going to run with, oh, my back is bad? What do you think, Matt? What do we go with here? It doesn't matter what you think, because Crutchy comes in with the clutch. Come on, Matt. Chocolate Rain time. With a little monkey smiling. Come on. Now you got to do it.
Okay, he won a lot, but he didn't win me singing.
I can't believe you. How could you? You comic fans see what's happening?
Yep.
He's defaulting against everything that is good.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that is good and right in this world is now gone because Matt will not sing Chocolate Rain. If 2021 is as bad for everybody as 2020 was, we know who to blame. Dishonor on you. Dishonor on the whole family.
Wow, someone just watched Mulan.
I might have. Okay. And I'll have you know that what I do on my personal off time is none of your damn business, Matt.
Hey, I'm saying nothing.
Okay. Thank you. Facebook user says, I don't know why it was like that, to be honest. If you're talking about your image and username, it's because you just haven't given StreamYard's permission to use it. So it doesn't give it to us, which then doesn't come up on the screen. And then I don't know what to call you. And then if you win something, we don't even know who won. I mean, a lot of downsides to this. I want to give StreamYard's permission.
Any winnings at that point get sent to me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Deal.
Okay.
Always sent to me. Rose Kirby on YouTube says, so what happens? I don't get to come to America because the stupid rules. I got really upset. Next week it's going to be really bad. What happened? I didn't get to come to America. You're coming to America, Rose?
Nice.
That's awesome.
Where are you coming to? What part of America?
I'm gonna make a bet. Let's see. Both of us are gonna say a state. Whichever one of us is closest is the winner.
Okay.
Of a lightly used hot sauce.
All right. Oh, big money. Ready?
That's where it's at. Okay, so I'm gonna guess Florida.
I was gonna say New York.
Ooh. So what if it ends up West Coast?
Then we suck at guessing.
That might be true. GF Andrew 1981 comes in with either a URL or a cuss word. Daryl comes in and says, I fixed it now.
Hey, what's up, Daryl?
Daryl must have been Facebook user. Right on. Good to see you, Daryl. Chocolate's guess in Ohio.
Oh. It was a URL.
She comes in to say it was a URL. So while we wait
right.
Rose to update us with the travel itinerary on the internet, that's probably not a great idea, actually. Now that I'm thinking about that, it's probably not.
We're just sticking with state.
But still. Yeah, international travel plans, announce it on a live stream. You know what I mean? That may not be the best idea. Okay. We got news. We got hot topics. We got a lot to talk about. We got like 2 weeks worth. If you guys are wondering where we were last week, because we had CouchCon, and literally right after any convention, we take 1 week off. Why?
Because we had to catch up on sleep.
Yes. Very true. Matt almost died.
6 times.
4. I think he just cried an extra couple just for good measure.
Well, yeah. Okay.
You know? He did watch Dirty Dancing. Tears him up every time.
Nobody puts baby in a corner. Why don't they realize this?
I don't know why nobody understands why you don't put baby in a corner.
I don't know.
All right. So we're going to bring up the news, or do I have to publicly humiliate you?
Well.
Move this man!
Chocolate. Oh, what's up?
Jeez.
Hey. So, did you want to announce the creator spotlights and stuff like that first?
Holy cow. How do we want to start this?
Well, if you look, it says 1, intro, 2, personal. So, I just figured we're at 3 right now, so it would go down the list. So.
Oh, you think so, huh?
Yeah.
You think so?
News is number 5.
Go ahead and do that. So
we still have something else
over the next few weeks. we are going to have Sean Keenan, comics.
Mm-hmm.
So much cool stuff. Has a big announcement that I'm not sure if he has personally made yet, so I'm not going to say anything about that. But he is going to be on next week. We're going to have a lot of fun with that. Also going to have a how-to show with him next week, which is going to be pretty rad. Got some cool stuff coming that way. We've got Christmas coming up.
Wait a second. I thought the Sean Keenan show was this week on Wednesday. The how-to.
Is that on Wednesday? That is on Wednesday. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Good correction. Very nice.
Whew. For a
think
second, I was like, wait, crap.
earlier today too. Yeah, this is
yeah. You corrected me, and I had to correct you now. So
Sean's going to be on this week on How To. We've got
join us from Australia.
Yeah, it's a long flight to join us
over the video. Yeah, I could see that.
It happens. After that, then we are not going to be having a stream on Christmas because it is Christmas and we have children.
Yeah, my wife would kill me.
Take, and they never give anything back. And directly after that, on New Year's, we're partying it up. We're going to have a 4-time zone New Year's countdown party where we're also bringing in a special guest by the name of Tom, who you might see in chat running under the name of Chocolate Spoon on Twitch. We're going to have to ask him when he's on where the name came from. But yeah, we've got T3 Comics with a new Kickstarter launching. We're going to bring in the new year with some sweet ass zombie comics. And I got to see the finished cover and it looks pretty cool. Kind of excited for this one.
Yeah.
I mean, what's better than bringing in the new year with zombies, right? What a fitting end to 2020. Bam, you know what I mean? So that's going to be super cool. Kind of the first remake of Death Dwells. That's going to be awesome. It's going to be so cool. Couple weeks after that, we've got a Kickstarter for Temerity 2 launching with Jemmy Young and Chad Harden. I mean, week after that, we've got featured guests, a Spectacular Stash, which is going to be absolutely insane. If anybody caught any of the streams he was on during CouchCon, that dude is brilliant. But yeah, we are going to be quite busy over the next few weeks, bringing out quite a bit of content. A lot of new comics coming out. It's going to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
It is going to be fun. And Rose says to Vegas.
We're both way off.
So far off. Do you miss Vegas? I kind of don't. But I do.
I've been to Vegas a whole bunch of times, but never since I turned 21. So I feel like even when I was in Vegas, I missed out on Vegas.
You've never been down to Dwight's or anything? I guess not, huh? You don't go to Amazing or anything. Yeah, you get out of it. You weasel your way out of work.
Oh, yeah. I chose to miss it. And believe me, I wanted to go so bad.
Chocolate's asking, where is Pork Chops? I can only assume he's talking about Jared.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not, we're still calling him Pork Chop. Jared actually usually joins us late if he is on the Monday show. It's kind of optional for him. So we'll see if he crashes or not as he comes in.
How would that be? Working optional.
JD Smith Digiartist says, damn, Russell got booed, so now he's being sassy. But someone else sees it. Rose says, now you know how I feel at 2 or 4 a.m. or whenever I don't get sleep for 3 days. Hey, that's the life of an artist. I'm telling you.
Yep.
You are in the stream for the sleep deprived. Chocolate Spoon says, it was my nickname in high school. There's got to be more to this story. We're still asking you when you're on live stream. Amy Fraser says, yeah, T3. Let's see. Rose Kirby says, is it astronauts Bob dancing on the moon? Yes. But Bob has been known to dance in many a place. Very true. Amy Fraser says, I love those zombie comics. I saw the first one on CC and I loved it. They're very good. They're very good, very cool storyline, and I'm looking forward to him finishing the entire series.
Oh yeah.
I'm not left waiting in desperation. Jeff Andrew D 1981 says, especially with the new vaccine coming out. Oh, good point. Wasn't that what movie was that? I Am Legend.
Yeah.
Vaccine caused everything. I'm telling you, that's why I just need to hang out with the dog. You know what I'm saying?
But the dog dies.
Shut. I mean, only because he found a woman. That's the way I see it. As soon as he found a woman, he had a baby.
By the way, spoiler alert, the dog dies.
Yeah, right. If you haven't seen I Am Legend yet, you should really
Little behind the times.
ask yourself why. It's been out for like 12 years, I think.
Something like that.
Artificial AI says, bringing in the new year with mass homicide.
Hey, if you're going to bring in the new year, I guess you got to do it right.
I mean, we don't want to be judgmental, but that seems that seems like you're taking the party a little too far to me. You know what I mean? Maybe dial it back a bit with just a glass of champagne.
You know,
I mean,
that's a little bit. Yeah, I could
give
see
it a thought, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, chat's really getting started. Purge anyone?
Oh boy.
I mean, is this a safe time to even bring up the news at this point?
I don't know anymore.
Y'all are
scare me. Yeah.
Some of you are terrifying. So let's see.
I can honestly say I would not survive the purge. I've been way too mouthy.
Yeah. I think I'd do okay. I think so.
Nah, you'd have like 50 girls showing up at your house. I brought you tacos and booze and you never called me back.
Was that helpful?
I have no idea why Alexa just did that, and that's terrifying. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did. Was that helpful?
No, it just went do 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 do. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and unplug this while we have somebody named Artificial AI in chat talking about mass homicide. Great. Now my smart house is terrifying me.
I love it.
I don't. How many times do you think I get tacos?
You're always talking about like, yeah, this chick like brought me tacos and
dude, that's happened once.
Oh, okay.
One time.
Whatever.
That being said, I'm not against it happening multiple times or many, many more.
I think that was a hint.
Website and just DoorDash tacos right to the office. I'll find them. Now chat's like, tacos. Okay, let's get into the news. Captain America celebrates 80 years.
Dude, it's
you're
a
not going
long
to pull it
time.
up on screen?
What? Me?
Dude, we talked about this before screen. I was like, hey, it's all on you. And you're like, yeah, I got it. I'm running tech tonight, baby.
Oh, no, we didn't say anything about me running tech.
Oh,
all right.
Oh, look, he's even got it pulled up. We never talked about this, but I just happened to have it pulled up.
Because I was reading the article.
Oh, my gosh. All right. Marvel will release the Captain America Anniversary Tribute one shot in March of 2021, celebrating the centennial of Liberty's 80th anniversary.
I think it's awesome. I mean, Captain America is one of the longest running comic characters out there. Celebrating in the 80th year. Props. DC did a big, huge thing with Superman and Batman, and I believe Wonder Woman when they hit the 80. So now it's only time that Marvel can do the same.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
What? You're not excited about this one?
I am. I'm excited about it. I'm very much excited about the old school Iron Man suit coming back. I think that's really cool on the cover. I don't know. Like, I know they're going after the Avengers 4 tribute and everything like that. But I wonder how much of the storyline, how much of everything else is just going to be like, tell everybody it's an anniversary issue. Let's sell some books and really not have any meat to the bone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I actually did like those kind of standalone stories inside the like the new Batman one where Kevin Smith wrote that one where he melted down the gun and used it inside the bat suit. Just little stuff like that. Just kind of adds to everything. So
maybe,
I'm okay with them doing like standalone smaller stories inside this.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, it looks like we might have a guest joining us.
What is he doing? Hey, you're looking at us.
Finger? Okay.
Sorry, I was just making sure it didn't smell.
Oh,
wait a minute.
Girls.
Everyone stop. Jared's facial hair has not changed in 1 week and 1 day. Something is
It's all right.
wrong.
I'm actually doing something. So what I'm doing is I'm going for the groomed like long look. I'm gonna try. So you have to slim down the sides, but this down here is gonna come down like a sheet. But it's a long, arduous.
Is it for aerodynamics, or previously you've said that the front stays bald because
definitely this has to stay bald. This is just slack assness right here, right?
Okay, slack assness,
laziness.
Yeah, I like that. We're gonna have to copyright that.
Yeah, that's right. Nice call.
Copyright coming in.
This yeah. But and it's cold out here, man. Like I just had to go feed chickens and take care of the animals and stuff, and it's freaking cold right now.
How many chickens do you have?
13. One big bad A black chicken, and then 12 hens. He's so pretty. Oh, he's such a pretty rooster.
Nope.
Do it. Do it. Just do it.
Excuse us while we take a short commercial break. All right, I just want to apologize. I've got so many jokes.
I know.
You guys are terrible.
And not a single one is okay to do on stream.
Is appropriate.
No.
I thought about that after I said something because I remember the nickname of a rooster. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, well, I stuck my foot in a bunch of chicken shit now, didn't I?
If you think that big black rooster is beautiful.
Oh, he is, Matt. You would love him, dude. If you saw him, you would love him, dude. You'd be like, "Oh my god, he's so badass." Because, like in the sun,
Jared has said many a time that Matt loves Jared's big black rooster.
He would if he saw it. It's gorgeous.
You should send him a picture. Send him a picture
No,
on his phone.
I will. Good. You know what? I will.
Send it to him in a DM.
I can do that. I think that's a good idea. I can get him a picture. I'll show you, Matt. You're gonna be in love. I'm telling you, you're gonna be in love.
It's the most beautiful, biggest black rooster you've probably ever seen.
He's more like a bad. He's a giant rooster. Is what his breed is. Giant rooster. Yeah,
it's a giant one coming to you in your DMs.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and everyone in chat, if you guys would also like to send M. Scott Russell a DM, any of your big black roosters,
chicken rooster preferably.
Yeah. Yep.
You okay, Matt?
I'm dying
over there, man. What are you guys talking about?
I
don't even remember anymore. I'm pretty sure we're talking about the homage cover for Captain America. Oh, geez.
See?
Come on.
Definitely knows what's up. I'm telling you, you guys, it's gorgeous. I'll take a picture. I'll show all y'all. He's so pretty.
Did you
And
name
his
it?
harem isn't bad looking either. 12 little chickies. Is that the right word? Harem? Yeah, that's the right word, right? Harem?
I don't know.
Maybe it's a flock.
I don't know, but I'm terrified to see your browser history at this point.
What?
I promise you one
You guys
thing,
are the
Jared.
ones that look at
If-
blue waffles,
if you
not
pass
me.
away-
Okay, you guys are the ones that are always like, "Oh, look at this crazy stuff, Jared.
If you pass
should
away,
check
the
this
first thing
out."
I'm doing
And then
is
I go
clearing
and
your
I look and
browser
I'm
history.
mortified. I have nightmares for freaking months. And you guys are like, "Oh, we had already looked at that months ago." Sick hooligans.
Oh, we're sick. We're sick. Oh my god. Yeah, chat's just basically, yeah, they're I'm glad I'm laughing so hard. You look like you're in pain holding in the jokes. I am.
He is. You can tell. Look at him.
Oh, didn't you make a meme of this a long time ago, Fry?
He had a kick-ass.
I think so, actually.
Together. He never put it together.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was a couple of years ago. Somebody said something along
serious?
Yeah.
We guys.
There was a comic about a black rooster.
We have it in our system. Well, we have the creator in our system.
Yeah.
Of the black cock. Yeah. That's what the comic is called. What do you want?
Excuse me 1 second while I go to commercial again.
You guys are losers. Whatever.
I thought I had it together and I don't.
Whatever. I don't even know why I want to hang out with you two sometimes. I worked so hard to get here. Make time, and all you guys can do.
I'm crying, man. I'm crying at this point.
I gotta ask. So, what does your wife think of your black rooster?
Oh, she thinks it's awesome.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. You hear the music? Playing in the background. It's probably 70s.
Oh, that is 7 times this week now.
Guys, all right. Well, I'll let you guys get back to it since you guys
don't leave. This
need to get to the news. See you, boys. Have
no. How did we go there?
Oh no.
I can't even see.
Oh, it hurts. It hurts.
Yes, we are as immature as 8th graders, and I'm okay with that. Shall we get back to the news? All right, so back to the news.
Look at chat.
I can't.
Oh, breathe, dude. Breathe. Oh no, is this how we lose him? Oh. Inhale and exhale. Grab a paper bag. Don't you die on me.
Okay. I think I'm good.
Well,
Oh,
there is never a dull moment on this stream, and I love it.
all right. So back to the news. So, no.
You could, Russell. All right.
So
And
I just got to read this. That's all I got to do. So
upcoming Marvel movies and TV, WandaVision, Thor, Love and Thunder, and more.
All right.
New Loki trailer looks so good.
So all these announcements came from the Walt Disney 2020 Investor Day, which is just a giant meeting and everything, and where they talk about everything coming up and kind of make plans for everything. Sorry. I just seen the next thing. It's back. We can't get away from this.
Oh, who else thinks Jared would take pictures of his BBR? And then Chocolate says, I can't wait to binge that. Oh, wait, is Jack through in the row? I thought that came through right after the last one, but it didn't. Loki looks amazing.
It really does. Yeah. So, yeah. Whew. I can't look at the chat. You're going to have to for a little while. I can't even look at it. All right. So in the phase 4, we have WandaVision, Spider-Man 3, both tying into the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. So it's going to be epic. But yeah, we have WandaVision coming out on the 15th of January. The Black Widow movie, finally, we're going to be able to see it on May 7th. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, that's something I'm really excited about. I have to watch this show. Huge Cap fan from the movies. I really wasn't until like Brubaker took over on the comics, but yeah, now that they're moving into finally, I can't.
I'm trying not to, dude. It's taking everything I've got not to.
Okay.
So check on chat. Rose Kirby says, "Will you please look at my Instagram page for Facebook 31st from a special message? We will check it out after the stream. Thank you, Rose."
Okay,
Jared, man, that dude.
Every time he comes on,
I swear. Brilliant.
All right, so May of 2021, we got the Loki series, which I have to say, Loki in an almost magical detective type show. I'm excited. I can't wait.
I'm also a magical detective.
If I laugh at all, I'm hunting you down. Okay. It does, actually. It really does. It feels like I did a whole lot of sit-ups, and I look down and I'm like, oh, no six-pack.
Oh,
so it's not fair. Okay, we have Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. So we're finally going to get a look at the real Mandarin. Almost said Mandalorian.
Wrong show.
Yeah, yeah.
As Jared comes on talking about his big black rooster, your mind just wanders. It's gonna be okay. I'll bet if you ask him really nicely, he'll come back and bring a picture.
All right. So
text his wife really quick and ask her for a picture of it.
No, she might send the wrong one.
Or are you worried it's the right one?
Yes. So yeah, I with this.
We should have asked if he's got a training regimen.
Oh my god! I can't. No.
You know what I mean? Do you think you walk into Jared's backyard and there's like a tiny little like ninja warrior course set up? No.
I just snorted.
I mean, think about it. There could be like a tiny little black rooster windmill for you. No?
Can we get off that subject, please?
Okay. Let it be known that M. Scott Russell wants to get off.
No.
Jared,
Damn it.
Jared Black Rooster. It's all right. Read your loud and clear, buddy.
Okay.
You good?
Yeah. All right. So, moving on. This is
sure.
Yeah, shut up.
Okay.
This is the one I'm really excited about. It's the What If coming in the summer of 2021.
Okay.
And
we talked about this pre-stream.
yes. Yeah.
So the zombies. Let's be realistic.
I think they're there. I really do think they're
going to happen for sure.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to get too excited for it, man.
There's also this is the final thing that Chadwick Boseman recorded for Black Panther.
So did he do just one episode of that? Because I've also read other reports that said that he did one episode and also did voiceover work, but it wasn't clear if one of them was going to be
the whole thing. It's all animated. So
but some of them are using CGI with motion capture.
Oh, okay. All I know is for sure the one that he's in is what is that guy's name? Yandar from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
Takes him instead of Peter Quill. So we have a Wakandan Guardian of the Galaxy. So
doom, 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 doom. If there was ever a role for you in the Marvel Universe, I think we found it.
All right. So following that up, yeah, we have a Miss Marvel, which Camilla Khan has been kind of everywhere since she's been created recently in the comics.
Well, she's the primary point of reference for the game, for the Avengers video game that just came out.
Yeah.
And that I thought was written really, really well. Basically a superhero that starts out as just a super fan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love that idea. It's kid friendly. It's fun. It's, makes it cool.
All right. So follow that up with Hawkeye, which, yeah, we finally get the Kate Bishop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not entirely sure how all of this is going to play out or tie into the kind of young Avengers that's coming. So then there's the Eternals. I'm still on the fence about the Eternals.
Really? I thought you would be all over with the Eternals.
Not exactly a comic book that I enjoyed. But then again, I have to say, Guardians of the Galaxy originally was one of the most boring comics I've ever read. But it turned out to be an absolutely great movie. So I do have hopes for this, but I'm not entirely sure. Yeah. So who knows? Then
Multiple
Spider-Man
Peter is my
3.
favorite. He's me in another body. Like that. And then Spider-Man 3, which is going to be confusing.
It is. I mean, we got, let me see, Mary Jane from the Spider-Man with the, what is his name? Not the Andrew Garfield, but
The other one?
yes.
That's just what I call it. The other one. The emo Spider-Man. I think that works.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Tobey Maguire.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we have Kristen Dunst from Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. We have Emma Stone from Amazing Spider-Man. We have Jamie Foxx from The Amazing Spider-Man. And we have Alfred Molino?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Doc Ock from the first series. All coming back. And I don't know, it could feel a little forced to me because they mentioned something about the multiverse in the last movie, but
Avengers goes into the multiverse a little bit. Spider-Man 2 mentions the multiverse a little bit more.
But then it turned out to be just something that Mysterio just kind of came up with on the spot. So
we got Doctor Strange. We know that the new Doctor Strange is going to be heavily focused on multiverse. The thing is there's so many leaks for this new Spider-Man that it's almost hard to believe, just because how would it be possible to get that many people? You know what I mean? And how would you share the screen time unless it's just crazy, weird little cameos? You know what I mean? In which case, like, that's got to be a huge budget just to get all these people as cameos. You know, and a lot of them weren't that memorable in their roles. Like Jamie Foxx wasn't that great. You know what I mean? I didn't think it was written very well for him. You know, or his, like, as an actor, he's friggin' amazing. But that's like one of those characters where you just kind of forgot about it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
The character of Doc Ock was done really, really well, I think. So that's cool. But they're also saying that all three of the Spider-Men are going to be in it, which would make sense with the, you know, Spider-Man cartoon and how that goes into the multiverse. But I mean, there's also the IMDb page leak that showed that like Ryan Reynolds is going to be in it as Deadpool. So Deadpool's going to show up in there somehow. You know, we know Doctor Strange is going to have a big part in it because that's how it's going to cross over for the new Doctor Strange. I mean, holy crap. Like, that's more people than the Avengers movies had. So how is that going to properly work? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. It feels like they need another movie just to set up everything that they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. You know, I gotta say though, the last two Spider-Mans have been so phenomenal. I'm willing to give this one benefit of the doubt. So let's hope.
Yeah, I'm down to try it. I think it's going to be exciting to see. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Oh, I'll be sitting in the front row, like with my whole family. Like, we're gonna watch this, kids. Shut your mouth.
Oh yeah, opening night. I mean, if theaters are open by then.
Oh yeah. If they're not, I'll just break in. It's fine.
That works. Rose Kirby says that could be a crossover from the Lord of the Rings to Shang-Chi. Just wondering if that's possible. I don't think they're going to do a crossover to the Lord of the Rings, but are you talking about the 10 Rings?
The 10 Rings. So, yeah, it's Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings. That's an interesting one because Shang-Chi started out as Marvel just trying to capitalize on those martial arts films of the 70s, like 60s and 70s. And, I mean, it was kind of unintentionally racist. I mean, the main characters was his dad was Fu Manchu, so that alone just kind of like, oh boy, doesn't work in today's world. So how they're going to incorporate the 10 Rings into it, I'm it's going to be pretty cool because there's so much different stuff.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. The thing that worries me is that you've got all these movies now, like from DC, stuff like that, like 1984 was going up on what was it, HBO Max? I think it was.
Yeah.
You've got
Christmas Day, I believe.
Yeah. So
we just got a message. I'm sorry.
Jared's a jerk.
No, that was.
Sorry guys. Sorry anybody watching. Off screen, Jared sent us a funny message, and it crippled both of our abilities to speak. So,
okay. What was the 10 Rings? Oh yeah, I do like how the 10 Rings is portrayed in the Marvel movies. Instead of it being just the guy with the 10 rings of power and stuff like that. Now it's like the terrorist organization that was active in the Middle East. So the first half of Iron Man 3, I loved. What is the guy's name? The Mandarin. I loved it. It was so awesome. And then
an actor and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that just completely ruined it for me. So, but they did try to kind of course correct in that one shot where they ended up breaking him out of jail, so he can go meet the Mandarin. And I really want to see what it's going to be like.
So do you think the Taskmaster is going to play into that as much as he did in the comics? Because we've also got the Black Widow movie. We know that Taskmaster's the bad guy. We know all that's happening. But in the comics, depending on which runs you're looking at, Taskmaster had a lot to do with.
I hope so, because, it feels like they're really setting up the Thunderbolts. And Taskmaster would be, he just fits into that whole thing perfectly under General Ross, and he's being introduced in the Black Widow. So I hope they actually do try to tie it in.
Mm-hmm. I think it would be cool. I'm hoping that Taskmaster has more screen time after Black Widow. I guess that's the best way to put it. You know what I mean? I hope that it's not a character that's just kind of one and done.
Yeah, there's been a lot of those that have a lot of potential. It's like, oh yeah, oh, that's it.
Well, Taskmaster's been in like 4 of the movies already, right? 3 of the movies, but never actively as Taskmaster. Then Elevator with Cap and Captain America, in Avengers Endgame. Again, though, that's kind of the same scene, just redone. You know what I mean? Let's see. What was the other show? What was the other one he was in?
But it wasn't the same actor, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I want to say he was in like a very, very small part in Black Panther, if I remember right. That could be wrong. But yeah, he's been in a few. I can't remember the guy's name that plays him, but he's been in a few. And he's even credited as Taskmaster, but he hasn't won the suit, hasn't done any of those things.
Okay.
And for anybody watching the stream, if you don't know who Taskmaster is, his ability is basically to steal everybody else's abilities. So he can run around with the exact same stuff that Captain America can do, same strength and everything. He can, grab Deadpool's abilities, grab Hulk's. I mean, whatever. That's kind of what makes him a badass. But I don't know. He was in the comic books. He was always used as like kind of that mini Galactus. You know what I mean? He was way more badass than they'd let you on to think, and you knew that he was more badass. And they'd bring him in and then pull him out, and bring him in and pull him out, and he'd weave a lot of different storylines together. But that being said, when do we see Galactus? Marvel's all over the place.
Yeah, Fantastic Four is coming up.
So you think we'll finally see Galactus?
I hope. But at the same time, I don't know how they're going to play that off. If it's actually going to be the big purple suit that big. Although what Marvel does that's so great is they don't shy away from the
When you
comic
say the
book look.
purple suit, are you talking about like the giant horned purple helmet
Yes.
suit that Galactus?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like they have to. They have to do that. They have to do the full blown Galactus. But I only say that because of the. Do you remember the Stan Lee cameo where he's one of the Watchers?
Yes.
And that's how it ties everything together, is that Stan Lee has always been a Watcher and always will be, and all that. They use the exact same thrones for the Watchers. They use the exact same outfits. All of that was from Galactus, from that giant purple-headed, world-eating Galactus. That's what all of that was from. So I think in order to keep continuity and keep everything with the memory of Stan Lee good, I think they have to do it.
Well, plus the failings of Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer, where they just turned him into, trying to do more of a realistic, like what would, and they just did a cloud. People hated it, but I don't know if they're ready to see a giant with a big purple helmet that's so big he could eat the world like an apple,
Well, but he varies in size in the comics, though.
True,
but based on his own current power levels, he can change in size. So they could introduce him as large to us, and then he continues to get larger and larger and larger as he gains power, and then he's defeated. But I think the only way to do that properly is if they have the Herald of Galactus, which is Silver Surfer, or Cosmic Ghost Rider.
No, I don't think they're ready to do that.
Oh, dude. Oh, bring the Netflix Punisher back and just start Cosmic Ghost Rider. Just
please,
right then and
that
there.
would be horrible.
Oh, it'd be so good.
The Netflix Punisher is so good because it's so brutal. All right. And Cosmic Ghost Rider is just cheeseball.
Let's see. I want to see Groot again in Marvels, his chat. Nothing wrong with that. You're definitely going to see Groot again. We got Tom saying, we had Barney on steroids as Thanos. We can have the big G. I'm just saying, if there's a chance that we can get a spin-off of the Cosmic Ghost Rider series with the baby Thanos and everything, you would be able to carve glass with my nipples. I would be that excited.
That might actually show up in the Multiverse of Madness.
I hope so. There's so many people that love Cosmic Ghost Rider. I know that you don't have any taste and you don't like it, but everyone else loves it.
Well, speaking of the Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay.
So that one is March 25th.
What a nice segue.
I know.
What a smooth segue, man.
I've been working on it. Dang. So this one is going to, you have Sam Raimi directing, so Bruce Campbell's going to make an appearance.
He's got to.
Yeah. Who do you think he'll be?
He's going to be the announcer again.
Really?
I swear on it. I can guarantee you right now he's going to be the wrestling announcer again. And he's going to do a brilliant Bruce Campbell if chins could kill type of line. Because they're already bringing back that entire Spider-Man and saying that it's now continuity based on the multiverse. They're going to pull him in with that. I'm telling you that Doctor Strange is going to show up at the wrestling match. But they have to do it sneaky because they've got to do it when Bonesaw isn't on because Macho Man has now sadly passed away.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I've heard rumors that he could be the next, like Doctor Strange in another universe.
Oh, that would be
it would be.
That would be so brilliant.
I actually think where it's the multiverse, I think it would be funny as hell is if he shows up, like Doctor Strange shows up in like a shopping mall or something like that, and he's Ash. That's what I want to see. And then Doctor Strange just nope and leaves.
Didn't he publicly say that they've retired Ash entirely, though? For everybody that may not be aware of who we're talking about, do yourself a favor and go and watch Evil Dead. B,
all of them.
Bruce Campbell is an actor. He's also an author. He's a great dude. Met him at a couple of conventions. Really, really cool guy. His books are hilarious. So if you get a chance, pick those up because they're brilliant novels. But he actually played a character named Ash, runs around killing deadites, which is another name for zombies. One hand is cut off and repurposed with a chainsaw and a boomstick.
But he plays Ash in the Evil Dead series. Isn't that still going on?
No, they stopped it after, I want to say, the second season.
Oh,
but yeah,
okay.
he like publicly retired as Ash, says he wasn't going to do it again. But I will say that we had some news a few weeks ago that didn't make it onto the show that it's actually, there was a big leak that someone's actually working on making another Evil Dead game, and that Bruce Campbell has recorded all the dialogue. So
really,
as Ash in a video game. I don't know if it's true. I'm just going off what kind of memory. My memory's not always that great.
That could be cool.
Yeah, I think it would be really cool. I love the idea of him being a Doctor Strange, because isn't there a rumor right now that Tom Cruise is actually going to be
Iron Man?
He's going to be Tony Stark in one of the multiverse, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Considering he was almost Tony Stark, and I know everybody's going to be like, "What? How could this even be?" Like, everybody's got to remember, before Iron Man 1 came out, like,
Robert Downey Jr. was a really hard sell.
And nobody thought Iron Man was ever going to be a good movie. Nobody believed in the script. Nobody believed in anything that had to do with anything on that movie. In fact, their budget was tiny compared to what Marvel movies actually have now. I
remember, what was it? When they first announced Iron Man, that it was going to be coming out. I had actually just tracked down the old 70s Captain America movies. And so I sat down and watched that and got done. And then I heard the announcement and I was like, oh no, they're going to ruin Iron Man 2.
I thought it was the worst idea that anyone could ever do, just because
turned out to be the greatest.
I was like, you guys are going to ruin like the Avengers. You're going to ruin the chance that we have for anything big from Marvel coming out. Like, because you got to remember too, before that we had terrible Fantastic Four movies. We had mediocre Spider-Man. Marvel had sold off all the rights to all the big properties elsewhere. And I remember I was sitting there and I watched something and it just popped up saying Jon Favreau was going to be directing it. And immediately I knew it was going to be awesome. Because Swingers, man. I don't know if anybody, like, I'm probably dating myself in age like crazy right now.
Love Swingers, man.
But it is one of the most brilliant movies ever. And that dude made that on like $3,000 budget. You know what I mean? Like,
something like that.
That movie was ridiculously good. And so many people got big because of that movie. And I mean, look at now. Like, it doesn't matter what he touches. It's great. Look at Mandalorian.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
I mean, last I heard, they handed him the keys to the Empire there.
They need to. Him and I never know how to pronounce this. What, Takiti?
He's actually. Oh, we'll get into that.
Yeah, but those two,
Taika Waititi,
that they just hand them everything. Like Disney, just please do the intelligent thing. Hand those two guys the keys to everything, and just step away. Just let it happen. Let them have Marvel. Let them have Star Wars. Let them have everything. Even if they don't themselves make it. You know what I mean? Like, Thor Ragnarok was brilliant. And I know a lot of comic fans aren't huge fans of it. And I get it. You know what I mean? I really do. But the thing is anyone can watch that movie and have a good time. And it's got an Easter egg of Beta Ray Bill in it, which means that Tahiki, Wakati, whatever his name is, like that dude did research, which I should probably do on his name since I keep butchering it this bad.
Taika Waititi.
Taika Waititi. Did you ever
Close
see
enough.
Jojo Rabbit? The other movie he made, Jojo Rabbit. It's like a weird take on the Diary of Anne Frank, like a little boy that's like a Hitler youth. He has a make-believe friend, and it's Hitler, but Waikiki plays Hitler, and it starts out as a comedy, and you laugh so hard. I know it's a Nazi comedy; it doesn't make sense, but you laugh so hard, and then there's this. I don't want to ruin the plot line or spoiler it for anybody, but there's literally like a switch flips in this movie, and you go from laughing your ass off to like being unbelievably uncomfortable and sad. Like it goes from like Ace Ventura to Schindler's List, and it does it just like that, and it's so brilliant. It's one of the best movies that's come out in like the last couple of years.
I'll have to take your word for it.
Yeah,
but
not comic related.
Speaking of Taika Waititi, we have Thor: Love and Thunder coming out. He's directing that. There's been a little bit of controversy about that lately, but I don't understand. Was that
about Jane Thor?
Yeah. So when they first announced that movie, they had Natalie Portman come out and they handed her the hammer and everything, and it was like, okay.
The hammer's got a name. You DC fan scrub.
Don't make me try to pronounce it.
You sprinkle some respect on Mjolnir. Don't you ever do that again. I can mispronounce names all I want. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am clearly not all right in the head. And Scott Russell, however, is.
Okay, so they bring out Natalie Portman and they hand her Meow Meow. And
what did you just say? Did you say Meow Meow?
It's from the movies.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare. I swear. You're dead to me.
All right. Anyway.
You got one more chance. You do this right.
Mjolnir.
There you go.
Okay. Please don't ask me to pronounce that again.
Tom came in clutch for you. Mjolnir.
There we go. Yep. All right. So, and then they named it Love and Thunder, right? So they also said it was going to take place directly after the end game. So you are what? Oh no. No.
Damn it, Cameron.
Bad Cameron. All right.
Wait, I gotta roll back on chat real quick though, because this comment matters. I remember seeing Cap Shield in Iron Man 1 and freaking out. Yes. Yep. I remember that too. I was in the theater and I lost my shit, chat. That's what happened. I was a grown-ass man in the theater grabbing both my kids' arms. I'm like, you guys see what's going on? I freaked out.
It was so small that it was like I almost missed it. You know, when he's doing that whole thing, and it was sitting on the desk behind him, and this isn't the most embarrassing thing you've seen me do.
Oh, I lost my shit. I was like, oh, they're doing it right.
Yeah, I was like, that's awesome. And I was just thinking that'll be the end of it. It's not going to tie into anything else at all.
Yeah.
And then after the end credit scene, I was like, oh, yes.
I'll be honest, when they announced Chris Evans as Captain America, though, I was one of the first people that was like, this is stupid. Why are you doing that? He's the
I was too. Because everything I've seen him in was just these absolutely stupid comedies.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, nope, he's the wrong guy. And then Captain America came out and I was like, yes, they did it right. And I think it was Chris Evans, the Captain America portrayal, that I was like, you know what? I'm just going to trust these comic book movies with their casting because they got it right. And I've been pleasantly surprised every time since then, with the exception of like Ezra Miller's Flash. stuff
Really?
like that. Yeah, I hated that. Still to
Really?
this day, yeah, I hate it.
That blows my mind, dude. What about Batfleck?
I love Ben Affleck as Batman.
Okay.
I was like, hell yeah, do it. So
Stephanie on Facebook comes in to say, hey, Chris Evans and his whipped cream bikini was seriously art in its finest.
that was horrible.
Yeah. M. Scott Russell's got that as a screensaver on his cell phone to this day.
You know about that?
I mean, it happens. So, yeah, there's a lot of controversy going on with the Jane Thor.
Yeah. But I mean, with all this announcements, and then they were like, okay, so it's going to be a romance, road trip movie. And I'm sitting there like, people lost their minds. I'm like, the whole romance aspect, it says right in the name, Love and Thunder. Like, how did we not know that was, like, come on. And then the road trip, people were like, no. I'm like, it takes place directly after Endgame. What happened at the end of Endgame?
Right.
He left with the Guardians. Like, we know that's, and then people are like, oh, they're going to have a female Thor. Well, on the announcements, they had her come out and hold.
Well, I don't know. Did you ever read Mighty Thor?
Yeah. Run? Oh, it was good.
The thing is that if you go back and you look at the different Thor Easter eggs, they're all leading to Mighty Thor.
Yeah.
Every one of them. In the first Thor movie, he grabs a t-shirt from her closet and it's got the name tag on it and it says Dr. Blake.
Yeah.
That's Thor's name when he becomes a human. He becomes Dr. Blake.
Yeah, but that was his name from back in the 60s. That was his identity, yeah.
But in Mighty Thor, he picks that back up. He decides, I'm done with being a god. I'm done with all this. I'm done with Avengers. I'm done with everything. And he willingly gives it all up to become entirely human. No going back, no nothing. And Jane Foster becomes Thor because Thor isn't a person in the comics. Thor is an idea. It's a
title.
Yeah, title. Great. That's perfect. That's a good way to put it. And, Thor is awarded by Mjolnir.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's why we have Beta Ray Bill. That's why we have all these other things. And I don't know. I think people just get too worked up and, oh no, my God, what are they doing? This is so PC. This is so politically correct. They're doing all this. Like,
it was a great run, guys. It really was.
Kick-ass run.
So for those of you guys who don't know, she had cancer. And she was getting chemotherapy, but every time she'd pick up the hammer, it would burn out all the poisons in her system, therefore kind of resetting the, basically getting rid of all the chemotherapy. Therefore, the cancer was killing her the longer she was Thor. So it just added that extra element, and it was such a good run. Such a good run.
Yeah, I mean, we will not talk about the end of that run because I have a feeling that's going to tie in directly with the entire next phase of Marvel. It would make more sense to me, anyways. But yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is this is where we're starting to get into the whole Cates era. You know what I mean? And let's be realistic. It's been like some of the best stuff that Marvel's had in literally 20 years.
Oh yeah.
So people have, if you're a fan of MCU and the movies and stuff like that, they're getting into the swing of when the comics actually really got good.
I just hope to God they don't do a one more day with the Spider-Man 3.
Yeah. I mean, there's that, but I kind of, I don't know. I kind of do hope that they pull back Robert Downey Jr. and they do the devil in the bottle. Just because, and I know that's not new.
Alluded to it in Iron Man 2, but they never really dove deep into it, and I wanted to see that.
Right.
Man, did I want to see that.
Let's see here. Tom on Twitch says, DC Ben as Batman, the scene on the rooftops looked amazing like the comics. But that's where they lost. But then it's like they lost what they were doing. That's actually very true. Like
Yeah.
that and the what's the I don't know, is this considered a spoiler? This could be considered a spoiler.
At this point, no.
Because the new movie that's coming out, it could be.
Well, they're talking about even bringing him back for a miniseries.
Well, no, I mean
on
the
HBO Max.
Easter egg at the very beginning, the other suit Easter egg in the Batcave.
Mm-hmm.
Like how they, if people know what I'm talking about, you'll know. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then I don't want to go further into it because it would be a spoiler for the new Justice League.
I think at this point, there's really like everybody's seen it and complained about it.
But things like elements like that they added into that, it makes me feel like maybe they didn't lose what they were doing.
They did.
Might have honestly been on a cutting room floor.
They did with the reshoots. That's the problem. What is that guy's name? He directed the Avengers 1 and 2.
Cameron on Facebook says, I was hopeful, then someone said one more day. Shake my
head. Yeah. What was that guy's name?
I will say
Josh Whedon. So Josh Whedon came in.
If they go the way that you're about to say they will go, and I'm sorry for cutting you off, but M. Scott Russell called this at least 3 years ago, before the original cut even came out. And I didn't believe him then. And then like 2 months ago, I was like, wait a minute, guys. What if this? And then this jerk was like, oh, now you believe me. Oh, okay. I will say that M. Scott Russell saw what he's about to say. He saw it coming years ago. Go ahead.
I'm not going to get into that aspect. What I was just saying was Josh Whedon went through with reshoots and tried to add more humor to it, which just lost all sorts of Batman aspects.
You're going to tell me that you're going to talk about Josh Whedon and all the cuts and everything, and you're not going to bring up the now like widely beginning to be accepted ideal set of Joker and why the Joker was as odd as they
okay, you want me to get into that?
I do. Let's do it.
All right, my theory is, and I've had this ever since, that movie first, Batman versus Superman first came out. The Joker is Jason Todd.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my theory.
I didn't believe you at the time, but then now I started looking back at a lot of things. I'm going, that makes more sense than everything else that's going on. Very much could be.
So, especially if you read the Batman 3 Jokers, they were trying to actually turn Robin into a Joker in issue 2. And then they were like, nah, you're too much of a wuss. So they didn't. They went after Joe Chill. But I would love to see that. That way you could actually do like a real Joker. I'm not saying Joaquin Phoenix Joker, but I'm saying it could be inspired by it.
I see, and I don't think it would be the Phoenix one at all. Do you? I honestly didn't think the Phoenix one even came into effect.
No, I don't. Just because they've announced that, look, it's a standalone movie. It has nothing to do with the MCU. We don't want it to do anything with the MCU. And even Joaquin Phoenix was like, look, I'm not doing this to do a multi-picture deal. So there's no way they would tie that in.
I think it would fall onto the Jared Leto Joker. Mainly because I can honestly see the good parts of Ben Affleck's Batman. And I really like Ben Affleck's Batman. But I can see that playing really well with a Jared Leto dynamic as Robin. You know what I mean? And then him as Robin turning into a Joker. And that would explain why that version of Joker is so odd.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, It's like the whatever you want to call it, the the YouTube thug Joker. I've seen somebody call it once.
Yeah.
Rather than someone that's like actually insane, it's just more calculated and weird and just kind of that way. But I think that does make more sense because they're taking so much time to like flesh out Harley Quinn, and they use Birds of Prey, which a lot of people didn't like Birds of Prey, but
I hated it.
I didn't think it was great, but I didn't think it was bad either.
I did think it was funny that it wasn't it the highest grossing comic book movie of 2020?
Yeah. It makes a lot of sense.
Because that was like the only comic book movie to come out in 2020. But I was just like, oh, that's still not an accomplishment. Harley Quinn was just not Harley Quinn in that movie. Everybody that was in that movie was not the characters from the comics that we grew up knowing.
Yeah.
They were just there in name only, really.
Well, and the thing is that Harley was never. I mean, Harley is very much a new thing for anybody that hasn't been in comics for a long time. Harley Quinn is a very, very new character, especially when you're comparing that to the likes of the Joker or Batman or any of the books that she's involved in. Got her start in 98, I think it was, something like that on
the Batman animated series.
Yeah.
I believe so did Renee Montoya, didn't she?
I think so.
Okay.
You're the DC expert. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's accurate, but I don't know that 100%. I mean, the thing is that Harley was that cash cow that DC hit, and all of a sudden went, oh crap, okay, we're gonna put our biggest talent behind it. We're gonna put like guys like Chad Harden. You know what I mean? I mean, DC did something that DC hadn't done in a very long time, which was they basically pulled up their sleeves and they put their best people on these books. And as soon as they did, they started seeing dollar signs. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, directly after that, and what happens with any kind of multi-scale conglomerate like that, all of a sudden Warner Brothers was coming into it more. All of a sudden you've got the toy deals, you've got everything else, and they realized.
But the problem was, I don't think they realized. They knew that Harley Quinn was making a money, but they didn't know why, and they just assumed.
Exactly. What
and yeah.
I mean, they had amazing writers on Harley Quinn. Like some of the best stuff that DC was putting out was between Harley and Poison Ivy. You know what I mean? And they were able to I guess reinforce that more and more, and they did a lot of really good decisions, I think, and it kept going. And then I think all of a sudden the greed kind of set in, and this was right around the exact same time that they started planning Suicide Squad and they started doing all those things, because then all of a sudden you saw 3 Harley books every week. You started seeing and unfortunately that's where DC,
they just oversaturated it.
Yeah, they instead of focusing on one brilliant core story, they take all these people that could together make something amazing and they split them apart, have them working on 7 different variations. They over edit the hell out of everything, so that all these brilliant ideas are now just sprinkles of something that could have been great. And then they basically pit all these amazing creators against one another for sales rather than combining them. You know what I mean? And I think that's kind of always why I haven't ever been a huge DC fan, even though I love the characters. I love the villains. I mean, like DC's villains are freaking rad. You know what I mean?
Oh, Long Halloween, dude.
Yeah. I mean, Killing Joke, like that thing messed me up, dude. That was a sincerely just crazy graphic.
When you first read that, did you think that Batman killed the Joker at the end?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You did?
100%. Oh, absolutely.
Huh.
But I hadn't read a single Batman book in over a decade before I picked that up.
Okay.
And I think,
See, I didn't think that because right before that, he makes that promise to Gordon that no, we're going to do this by the book. So that never really crossed my mind.
I didn't as well. I don't know. I think what it was I right before I'd picked that up for about I'd say maybe 2 years ish, is when I really, really heavily started getting into indie. I wasn't really digging much of what, Marvel was coming out with, and I was always a Marvel fan, but I wasn't really into that. And then what was it? Umbrella Academy came out, and one of my friends had given me a copy of Umbrella Academy. And the whole thing with Umbrella Academy, I mean, everybody knows it now because of the Netflix show. But the whole thing back then was that the lead singer of My Chemical Romance made that book. And everybody was just like, this has got to be weird. Like, this band is weird. The book's got to be kind of out there. And, I started getting really into stuff like that just because I realized that in indie, the editing process was to bolster the storyline rather than cut it down and figure out how to make 16 books out of one. You know what I mean? And I really like that. I really like the fact that as you become a professional and you're working every day and you got kids, and you got all that, you can pick up an indie book, you know what I mean, and get a real story. There's meat to it. There's teeth to it. You know what I mean? You have an experience.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
Book.
Yeah.
But then you'd read something by DC and you got to read 9 books a week to even figure out what the hell is going on. You got to remember which one is happening on which version of Earth. You know what I mean? And I didn't have time for it. And then, the Killing Joke just was recommended, I mean, to everybody. Like, anybody that picked that book up recommended it to everybody that they knew. And so I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll give it a shot. And then after that, I thought for sure that's exactly what happened. I thought that Batman had broke that code and did it. But I thought that was the case because I was under the kind of business sense mentality of thinking, DC is about to just wipe everything. We knew they were going to try to, do the rehash on everything that was coming up. I thought that's what they were going to do. I thought they were going to make Batman no longer have his code, no longer have those things. But I mean, Batman will always have that code. If you kill
unless you watch the movies.
Well, if Batman kills like a small character, who cares? You know what I mean? It's like Punisher. Like, Punisher kills everything. And that's why Punisher and Punisher books will never be known for like excellent villains because they die.
Well, we had Jigsaw.
But even then, Jigsaw isn't, I mean, well, yeah, I guess you're right. But Jigsaw never gets put into a situation where Punisher can end it. You know what I mean?
True. Like, that's why I did like the Wolverine versus Punisher stuff, because there's some of the stuff that he does to Wolverine. It's like, holy crap.
Let's see. Cameron in chat says Batman laughing at the end. Batman laughing. Batman that time was Batman realizing and admitting he is insane. On my second read through, that's what I thought. The second time I read through it, I thought, oh shit, like. And then I like re-questioned everything from the beginning. You know what I mean? I was like, what if everybody's insane except the Joker? I got to quit going on Reddit. That's what needs to happen. Like, have you heard the fan fiction thing where it's Gordon is the nemesis of that book?
Huh.
Yeah. It's supposed to be that Gordon in the Funhouse is supposed to happen at the beginning of the book. And that he, I probably shouldn't say too much. That's spoilers. Sorry, everybody. But that Gordon is the reason that Gordon is the reason that the things happen to Barbara, because Gordon sends the Joker to do it, and that the whole backstory is that Gordon is trying to kill Batman and trying to make him break his rule, because then Gordon can take out Batman. It's a weird one. It's out there. I'm just saying. I think I've read that book like 8 times because every time I read one of those damn fan fictions, I'm like, okay, now I got to go back and see if this even makes sense.
You're gonna have to send me a link to that. I want to check it out.
It's probably not as good as I'm making it out to be. I mean, let's be realistic. It doesn't even sound that good when I'm redoing it, but I'll try to find it.
All right.
It's been a good book, but yeah, I don't know. What I want to see is I know we got the animated Killing Joke, and that was badass. That was super badass. But I want to see it like, I want to see a live action Killing Joke.
See, I don't.
Really?
Yeah, okay. We've covered the Killing Joke and stuff like that. We've covered the Joker. Move on. I want to see other stuff. There's millions, it seems like, of really great Batman stories out there that have never been even brought to light. I mean, everybody always sticks with the, main ones like, oh, we have to have Dark Knight and Dark Knight Returns and stuff like that. It's like,
yeah, but Frank Miller, dude.
I'm not as big of a fan of Frank Miller as I used to be. The reason being is he's kind of gone off the deep end a little bit. Like, have you read All-Star Batman and Robin?
Yeah. Have you read Sin City?
Oh, yeah. Sin City was amazing.
Dude,
300 was amazing.
From the get-go.
But eventually he kind of turned into... Like, I was going through a whole bunch of his stuff earlier. I can't remember what they are offhand, but he's kind of a little anti... well, never mind. I'm not going to get into that.
Well, now you have to.
No.
Okay. All right. I'll see how it is. So that comes to bear the real question then. The things that DC puts out as live action movies are always what's making them money. It's what's making Warner Brothers money. It's what's making AT&T money. That's the way it works with DC.
Yeah.
Whether we like it or not, that's the way it works. It's got to make money for them to fund the next movie. Got to be profitable. This is a business. Their most profitable run so far in the last few years is Batman Who Laughs. Do you think they're going to try that?
Probably, but at the same time, okay. Here's my problem with all that. Batman Who Laughs. So I want to see a good Court of Owls movie. Now I know they're going to be introduced in this the Batman.
Is that fully confirmed though? Because they're
not
a lot of little sprinkles inside of the.
It is not fully confirmed.
Gotham show,
but let's face it, they're going to do it. In the Gotham show, they flat out did it. But in the new Batman movie coming out with Pattinson, still on the fence. But
really, dude, I think it looks rad. I can't wait.
The look of it is going to be awesome. I don't know how good of a Bruce Wayne he's going to be. It's sad that, he's going to make an amazing Batman, but I don't know about Bruce Wayne yet.
No. What do you think about the armor, the outfit? What do you think
I love it. I love it. I did hear that was going to get destroyed pretty early on, and that it's going to be how he gets the new suit, which I hope they're going to give him the white eyes. But that being said, there are so many other Batman villains that deserve the spotlight. I mean, now we finally have the Riddler coming out, but I know that they're just going to bring in the Joker as soon as possible. And I'm sick of the Joker. Everything lately has been about the Joker.
Well, it's like one of the greatest villains of all time.
Yeah, but when you do it over and over and over again, I mean, Scarecrow, if you really dove into Scarecrow, I think it would be phenomenal. Mr. Freeze, as long as it's not played by Arnold Schwarzenegger, could be phenomenal,
Well, here's the way I see it. I don't think Batman would be Batman without the Joker. And if you're going to have 63 different damn Batman movies, I don't feel like 4 that have the Joker in it is too many. You know what I mean? I don't feel like 5 or 6 or 7 are too many. As long as that's tastefully done.
But I want to move on. I want to really explore the Penguin, because then you have the whole mob boss aspect of it. I want to see Victor Freeze, where Victor Freeze doesn't see himself as the bad guy. I want to see a well done Poison Ivy. That might be a harder sell.
I want to see that more than anything else in DC. Is a damn good Poison Ivy. Not an Uma Thurman Poison Ivy, and she did great. Don't get me wrong.
No, she didn't.
Fun to watch, dude.
No.
They're hammy, and they, you know what I mean. They're just fun, and I get that. There's neon lights on. Everything
right here. This comment. Yep. Yes, Cameron. Yes. Yes. That. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yes. Yes.
You excited?
I would love to see that.
Oh yeah. Here's what I want. Danny DeVito should come back as the Penguin. Yes.
If they did Penguin, I want to see him more of the gangster type. That's the Penguin I like.
So you didn't like the Tim Burton?
I did. I really did. But as
just
a kid,
or all of it.
Tim Burton one. No, that was Schumacher.
Oh, that's right. That was Schumacher. Rest in peace, Bat Nipples. # we will remember.
I wasn't okay. This is like the first time it was like, oh, there's 2 major villains in there, and it felt like everything was just split. So they didn't really have enough time to dive into a lot of his character. Gotham actually did a really good job diving into the character. I didn't quite like his mannerisms.
Are you still talking about the Penguin character?
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't quite like the mannerisms of the Penguin from Gotham, but I loved all of the backstory to it. And I wish they could have done more with that with Danny DeVito's Penguin and made him less of the circus freak monster and made him more of the gangster, the mob boss.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, that's the direction they're going with the new movie, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, could be cool.
And Colin Farrell is a actor that, I think he's phenomenal, with the exception of Daredevil as Bullseye. That wasn't so good. But other than that,
I mean, nothing from Daredevil was really, it wasn't that bad, but that was also in the weird Marvel timeline. You know what I mean? When everything was just kind of like,
I didn't like how they had to use the wires and stuff like that on like all the action scenes. I wasn't going for it.
I think they killed it on Netflix. Everything about Daredevil and Punisher was
wicked, perfect,
good. So good. Like, I want to see those characters pulled from Netflix and thrown right into the MCU. Same actors, same writers, everything. Just
agreed.
Full continuation.
I was still hoping, like, I don't know, that they were going to bring him in an Endgame. At the very end, we were like, who else do you want? There's a couple in New York. Instantly, they show up. That would have been cool. That would
be so rad.
But,
yeah.
Missed opportunities, guys. Missed opportunities.
Glorious. Well, and when Netflix announced that they had cut both of them, I was like, what the hell is going on here? Like, so good.
Everybody I talked to was like, even people who are not comic book fans were like, so I just watched this whole series on Daredevil. Like, is that how he's in the comics? Yeah. I'm going to have to start picking up comics. Yeah.
Murdoch is a bad man.
Now, I did. They tried to kind of do the Born Again series, which I got to say, written by Frank Miller, and I did love it. I did.
Mm.
But they kind of dropped the ball on that one. Season 3 of Daredevil.
An interesting comment coming from Facebook here. I agree that they need to bring more characters to life. There's so many characters to choose from. Just pick 2 or 3 to continue to redo is just poor planning. Very true. Okay, so let's hear this one out, chat. Name a character you want to see brought up, either DC or Marvel, or anyone else for that matter. I mean, even indie, anything that you want to see done in a, let's call it like a fan positive format, you know, in a way that a fan of that book would be proud to watch that show. Like,
And you can't choose Kraven the Last Hunt because I already chose it. What'd you say?
I want Temerity.
Ooh.
That book is better like the 5th time I've read it. And every time I talk to Chad or I talk to Gemma and they like spill a little more of something else that might be happening or other characters. Yeah, that book is
right there.
So good.
Signed copy.
And it's old school good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's old school, just bad ass superhero. You know what I mean? And it's heroes that you don't expect to be heroes. It's the oldest recipe, and I get that. But it's a very modern take on that old recipe. So, the Tick.
Did you watch that show?
Yes.
Dude, I love that show, man.
If they realistically tried that, I think they could pull it off. Especially now, look at Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If you took that type of atmosphere and planning, and you found an actor that was the Tick, not an actor playing the Tick. You know what I mean? I think it'd be perfect. Nightcrawler, that's a really good one too. That is a really good one. Nightcrawler or Gambit even. And I know that's been toyed around, but do a real Gambit book would be.
My favorite Nightcrawler run was when he was the priest. I actually really enjoyed that. Cool. It added a new kind of dynamic to the character. I really enjoyed.
They had like a really cool ass crossover in like a free comic book day, like one shot. I remember where it's Wolverine ends up basically in the confessional. Nightcrawler. I don't know if you ever read that.
I didn't, but that sounds awesome. Wolverine in the confessional.
Easy as hell, but it was so funny. It was like, it was when they were still writing Wolverine as like the Buster and the, you know what I mean, like the terrible dialogue, and it was pretty cool. Let's see. X2 beginning scene was epic. They did Nightcrawler pretty well in the X-Men movies, I thought. That was one character.
Yeah, I think I felt like they could have done more. Personally, they had a great character that they just like.
People also said they could have done more with Dark Phoenix, and look how that ended up. And I love Marvel, but holy crap. That movie hurt. It hurt my feelings. It hurt my sensibility. It made me feel things I didn't want to feel. You know what I mean? I felt like that was just a cash grab.
Yeah. So I watched it the first time and going, okay, this is going to be an X-Men movie. I know there's a lot of bad reviews. Forget about that. I'm going to just watch it. And I was like, I understand the bad reviews. Then I rewatched it, and I somehow got drunk enough to actually convince myself that nope, it's not an X-Men movie. It's just a stupid action movie, and it was enjoyable.
Maybe.
So here's the hint: if you want to watch that movie, get really, really drunk.
I don't know if we were supposed to say that on stream, but it's been done now.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, good one. Magic from New Mutants.
So
you know what? Yeah.
I actually enjoyed the New Mutants movie. I really did.
I did too. But I looked at it expecting it to be absolutely awful. I went into it knowing it was going to be terrible. And then it came out like, it was a cool show.
Yeah. Now, the reason I kind of walked into it thinking the same thing was it's been delayed. What? Doesn't it like hold the Guinness Book of World Records for being delayed the most times or some crap like that?
Stephanie, we're not in court anymore. Quit pointing fingers.
So,
yeah, I think it's been delayed a lot.
And every time somebody's like, yeah, you know, we were re-editing it since we had time, and I'm like, oh God, no.
Okay.
You know, eventually it's going to get to the point where it's like, oh, here's a 5-minute movie. We've waited 15 years. Here's 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's what I was expecting, but I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Oh,
The only thing I wish they would have done with Magic is had Colossus show up at the end.
that would have been cool. Andrew on Twitch comes in to say Black Canary. That
Done correctly? Yes.
Which also leads us to talk about The Rock with Black Adam. I'm very excited about it. And as time passes by, day by day, that excitement slowly turns into the realization that it's just going to be The Rock playing The Rock.
So, I don't know. My big problem with that movie is by the time it actually films, The Rock's going to be 90.
Somewhere around there. He's still going to be in better shape than we've ever been in, though.
Well, yeah, but it'll still be like him coming out with the walker. Gonna get you. Gonna, you know, and I'm like,
but it's a magic walker. Okay.
Yeah, probably. It's just been pushed back so many times, guys. And everybody's like, I want to see The Rock versus, you know, Superman. And I'm like, yes, I want to see that too. And finally, DC's like, okay, we're going to give Henry Cavill a bigger contract so he'll do more movies like this. And it's like, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the fandom, they're like, okay, this is what we have so far. And it was that like animated intro, like explaining what they're going to do with the movie. Like that was it. What?
Yeah, everybody expected like an actual trailer because everybody thought that it was already filming. And yeah.
Dude, they had enough time. You and I could have filmed that movie by then. We could have got buff and filmed that movie by then.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see M. Scott Russell buffed out as Black Adam. Coming at you. Straight to DVD release. Tom says, I feel like too many big names are going to come in and it's going to be hard to take it seriously. I can see that. Yeah. Andrew saying The Rock is only 48, LOL.
Yeah, but like I said, it's going to be 90 before they even start filming.
Another 32 years.
Yeah.
So with that, everybody, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share the video out, make sure you get the thumbs up.
Do all that YouTube stuff.
Amazing, and it does good things with the algorithm, and the algorithm makes sure that we can keep jobs. And we like jobs.
So please subscribe.
Yeah. Make sure you guys take care of one another. Send a thoughtful text to someone that you haven't talked to in a long time. Say, hey, I haven't talked to you forever. How's the whole lockdown thing treating you? And go read some comic books on CryptoComics.
I'm going to do that right now.
All right. Later, everybody.